This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound, this amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman!
No, it is not Superman. It is I, Fantastic Fox, able to review crappy movies in a single bound.
And don't forget me. This is nice, but not really me. How about... That's better. I am Wonder Raven, champion of telling it like it is. And yeah, I know most people don't like this outfit, but hey, I make it work.
And today we're combining forces to deal with the final Air Buddies movie.
Not that this will be the final Air Buddies movie for you. This is only the last Air Buddies movie that they've made so far.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just telling it like it is.
Anyway, let's take a look at Super Buddies. You heard right. Super Buddies. Because like every other Buddies movie out there, some dick cheese at Disney thought that putting puppies in cute little superhero costumes was worth blowing millions of dollars on. Our nail in the coffin begins at Fernfield Farms, where anything grows. But mostly bullshit. John Ratzenberger runs this farm, and is also the grandfather of Butterball's owner of the week, who laments about how he doesn't think he's a very good comic book creator. Luckily, Grandpa has a special birthday surprise just for him.
Issue number 1! The first ever Kid Courageous and Captain Canine!
It's impressive because it somehow got past the first issue. You just know that Grandpa found that in the dollar box. And I'm sorry, but if you want to learn how to write better comics, maybe you shouldn't be reading crap like Kid Courageous and Captain Canine. Actually, Captain Canine is supposed to be something of a big deal in the Airstead Butterverse, big enough at least to have a tie-in with Puppy Chow, wherein they have a special giveaway where you can find the Rings of Inspiron in specially marked bags. I get that they want to connect this with some kind of dog-related product, but dog food? This is the kind of thing reserved for breakfast cereals. Why not Cookie Crisp? Or Cinnamon Sleuth? Or, hell, if you really want to sell us on how big of a thing he is, why not give Captain Canine his own cereal? Anyway, he reads the Eisner Award-winning comic, which points out that an alien race of mutants hid the rings on Earth so that evil Commander Drex couldn't get them. Are we sure we're not looking at a Transformers movie? The prologue ends with Captain Megasis and the rings crashing into an all-too-familiar farm, a la Superman. Then we dissolve back to reality. Oh, great. Also wishing him a happy birthday is Sheriff Goofball. Boy, did I sure miss him, no I didn't. Apparently Bartleby here is having a superhero-themed birthday party, and his friends and their respective buddies are showing up in their own homemade costumes. Yeah, no. These kids are, 12, 13 years old? They're at that age where this kind of thing is lame. You wouldn't hold this party unless they were 5 years old. And even if they were all comfortable enough with their respective nerdinesses to dress up like superheroes for a birthday party, why the hell are they dressing like this? This movie was released in 2013, about 4 years after Disney bought Marvel. Go ahead and establish original characters like Kid Courageous and Captain Canine, but do you really expect us to believe these kids would rather be Generic Man or Super Nobody when Iron Man and Captain America are on the table?
Oh, sweet mama!
Stop saying sweet mama! Why is that your catchphrase?
Too bad we don't have real superpowers, dog. Haven't you read Kid Courageous and Captain Canine? Superhero rule number 1. You don't have to have superpowers to be a superhero.
And maybe if you were reading a ripoff of Batman, that would mean something. This comic is clearly a ripoff of Superman. Naturally, the embarrassment comes full circle as Grandpa gets in on the action.
The amazing Grandpa Man is here!
That was so cool! Whoa!
As a fan of the Justice Society of America, I love the idea of an older generation still being able to kick ass and take names, but Grandpa Man? Sorry, John Ratzenberger, go home, you're drunk. Their first party game is a treasure hunt, and the first thing that they need to find is a circular object. Yeah, good luck finding something like that around here. Mudbud tries to avoid going into mud withdrawals by checking out the pigs.
Whoa! Dude and dudettes, this is blowing my mind. Where is all the mud?
Armor fe arvin may crab say I say lean K or fe they already pay Udbud may.
Big pay Attenlay. Seriously say? Akfe uye uvi may.
Farmer Marvin cleaned us for the party and then drained the mud so we would look our very best.
Whoa, bro Chacho. That is a mega colossal bummer.
Nah, screw that. Mudbud wants mud, so Mudbud gets mud. Your wants and desires are completely meaningless. How heroic. Meanwhile, B-Dog and Rosebud check out the henhouse.
An egg is a circular object, B-Dog.
An egg is ovular.
An egg is a circular object, B-Dog. Why don't you go get one?
I would, but, I just don't want to get the chicken pox.
Why is it that B-Dog, who, lest we forget, is characterized to be uncomfortably black, is also a coward? Then the chickens, who are also black for some reason, scare B-Dog out of the henhouse thanks to the power of
You best put that egg back now.
You heard what she said.
Put that back.
On second thought, I didn't think. We're cool, right?
I think I better teach this youngin' a lesson. Ladies, charge!
Let's get
We
him.
go.
Then we cut to... oh god. Buddha chanting with the cows mooing. Because meditation is the same thing as mindless droning. Way to alienate whatever Buddhists might be watching.
Empty your mind of all worldly thoughts.
We're cows. Our minds are always empty, Buddha.
You know, movie, there is a difference between being clear of mind and being, stupid. After Rosebud spouts off some generic shout-out about girl power, while talking to the ponies, they spot something glowing in the barn. It turns out to be the rings of Inspiron, which put themselves around the buddies' necks like dog collars, and none of them think it's weird. Believe me, you are gonna love the explanation as to how these things actually exist. Grandpa calls everyone for cake, and... how did he get in there? And why is the cake made of foam rubber? But Bartleby notices the ring he's wearing.
Have you been collecting them without telling me?
How could he collect those things without telling you? Can he somehow buy his own dog food? He goes on reading the epic tale of Captain Canine, wherein that Captain Megasis guy crash lands in the suburbs outside of Seattle.
Intruder! Identify yourself!
Greetings, human. Captain Megasis of the 23rd Quadrant, planet Inspiron. I come in peace.
Oh, thank goodness. Not that I was scared or anything.
Uh-oh. It sounds like they're coming for me.
I've never heard a police siren before, but I totally understand what it means. He takes the form of this dog to hide, and he thanks him without ever looking at him. Whatever it is that you have the dog looking at, bring it down! That's not where the eye line is! He wanders aimlessly to search for the rings, when he bumps into this kid.
Oh, that hurt. This just isn't my Eon.
See? Because on his planet, they don't have days. They have eons. Because he's a space alien. He's not from this planet, he's from a different one, where they have Eons, not days.
Every planet has days, you idiot!
It's like Alpha and Omega saying moons instead of months.
How long is Kate gonna be going?
At least 5 moons.
Why would they say moons like that when they're speaking contemporary English?
This dialogue, he big stupid. He takes the talking dog home, not at all rattled by how, the dog could f***ing talk. But his mom has some reservations.
Where did you find this dog?
He helped me. He looks tired and hungry. Can we keep him? Dad would have wanted us to.
That's right, kids. You want to get your mom to do what you want? Play the dead dad card. Works every time.
Yeah, I hate this kid. On behalf of mothers everywhere, I am offended. Manipulative little shit.
Over the next few weeks, Megasis told Jack his story, and Jack, who loved to draw, chronicled it in a comic book. While searching for the rings, Jack and Megasis decided to become superheroes and fight crime in honor of Jack's late father.
From now on, you'll be Captain Canine.
And you shall be Kid Courageous.
Yep, that's all that happens for them to become superheroes. Quite an origin story, huh? That's not a superhero origin. It's 2 + 2 = chair. This isn't how superheroing works.
You know, without the rings, I don't have superpowers, right?
My dad always said, you don't have to have superpowers to be a superhero.
No. He said you don't need superpowers to be a hero. Your dad was a cop, not a superhero. I've never met the guy, and even I know that you misquoted him.
I bet I would have liked your father. He sounds like a wise man.
He was the best.
No, he wasn't. He's Sheriff Goofball from Fernfield.
We can use his old police radio to save people and bring evildoers to justice.
Bank robbery in progress. 3 hostages. All units report.
Wanna do this, Captain Canine?
And so our adventure begins.
And so he ran off to stop the bank robbery, which could only end in bloodshed. The end. All joking aside, they couldn't even make the alien have some kind of advanced supersuit for the kid to wear, like the greatest American hero. They just, out of nowhere, make some costumes for themselves, and that's it? This isn't exactly, with great power comes great responsibility, is it?
The rumor in the comic book world is that everything that Jack Schaefer wrote in these comics is real.
No, it isn't. He can get inspiration from the world around him, but this is a comic involving space aliens and super kids. He is making shit up. But it turns out that everything he writes actually is real. You know what they say, truth is bullshittier than fiction. The grown-up Jack Schaefer, and should have died a long time ago, Captain Megasis, detect the rings that the buddies have activated. Yeah, how exactly did they activate them again? These things have been here for years. Why would they only now suddenly turn on? Speaking of, Butterball's ring suddenly gives him a couple of space tumors that, I guess, grant him super strength. And of course, nobody will ever bat an eye at the fridge door that has mysteriously fallen off its hinges.
Whoa, how did I get this strong? Pepperoni! If you are what you eat, I'm about to become hot and spicy.
That line is bad enough on its own, but combine it with how he's constantly saying, sweet mama, and it's just... ew. We then cut to the other buddies. B-Dog has the power to stretch, Buddha has the power of telekinesis.
Oh, that gives new meaning to downward dog.
And Mudbud gains the power of invisibility, which gets easily washed off when the sprinklers come on. Apparently, the one ring of power can be defeated with a spray bottle. And Rosebud gains super speed.
Come on! Who's that ball? That's it!
Oh, hey! That was a foul.
No foul.
That's a goal!
Now that's one for girl power.
Cheating! That's one for girl power! We then cut to Drex in his command ship, where, oh f*** you, movie! You couldn't be stupid enough on your own terms. He had to throw Monty the Monkey into the mix. I can't wait to have him throw poo at us once he's done jerking off. Anyway, they too have detected the reactivation of the rings, and make a beeline for Earth. The buddies, meanwhile, show off their new powers to each other. Butterball and Buddha use their powers for stealing from some little old lady, But then B-Dog accidentally stops someone else from stealing from this poor little old lady, so... heroism?
I know I'm usually super fly, but dogs, now I'm super duper pooper scooper fly, yo!
Every word you say makes me want to adopt a puppy just so I can dropkick it. They decide to become superheroes themselves, pointing out how they need to hide their real identities. Why do these dogs need to hide their identities? They acknowledge that one of the functions of a superhero outfit is to keep the identities of your loved ones a secret for their own protection, but this is one of those small towns where everybody knows everybody, and they just said that they love making their town a better place.
We love making Fernfield a better place to live.
How many quintets of golden retriever puppies could this town possibly have? Also, Captain Canine is apparently a real superhero. Why haven't we seen more superheroes come out of the woodwork as a result of his superheroing? Apparently, Kid Courageous here doesn't need any powers or special skills to do what he does, so why isn't everyone a superhero?
Fernfield, no more fear. The super buddies are here.
Whoa, look! Super puppies!
Boy, don't they look impressed. Wow, super puppies, hashtag whatever. Also, they just said that if they're gonna be superheroes, they need to disguise their identities. Why are B-Dog and Mudbud the only ones wearing masks? They soon come across a cat stuck in a tree.
This one's all yours, B-Dog.
Whoa, 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 back up, back up. I ain't helping no one on cat. No way, no how.
That's racist. Butterball smashes into the tree, helping the cat down and destroying Sheriff Goofball's car.
Well, at least the cat's safe.
Maybe we need to practice a little bit more.
Pusha! You talking about practice? Practice is for posers, yo!
That's right, kids. If you're not good at something right away, just quit! After all, you can't let the racist, cowardly, smart-ass B-Dog think you're a poser. Also, hooray for collateral damage! Now you're acting like superheroes. Later that night, the buddies find that someone's broken into the candy store. Because why rob a bank when you can rob a friggin' candy store? Oh my god, why are you stealing candy? We have that guy in the back who's stealing from the register. That makes sense, even though the cartoonish bag of money with the $sign on it is a little conspicuous. But why are you stealing candy? You can buy candy with the money you're stealing, you know? And why are you giggling? Are you 5? Is that what's going on? Why is the store owner holding a lollipop in his mouth? I guess he's supposed to be gagged with it, but he isn't. He's just holding it. What's up with these buckets pouring lollipops into these larger containers? How do it work? It's a nice visual, but why would you waste a bunch of lollipops by gluing them together to pull off that effect? And that doesn't look like a very good way to display cotton candy. It looks like it'd be easily kicked and stomped on. Why is this guy stealing candy?
Oh, look at the cute puppies with a superhero costume.
Yeah, pretty scary guard dogs, Mr. Swanson.
What the hell kind of accent is that? It sounds like Tommy Wiseau trying to do Arnold.
I didn't hit her. I did not. Come with me if you want to live. Okay, bye.
I'm shaking in my boots.
Dudes, does anyone else get the sense we're not being taken seriously here?
Welcome to the world of a blonde pup.
1, they're not taking you seriously because you are puppies dressed like superheroes. You should know how ridiculous you look. 2, all 5 of them are blonde puppies. 3, no. You're not allowed to complain about the stigma of being blonde when up until this point, you've been perfectly fine with being your stereotypical pink-wearing, LMG pukin' blonde.
They're gonna have to learn a lesson in girl power.
Your little tiny paws.
So far, we've seen girl power being represented by cheating and by tying someone up in licorice from which they could easily escape. Just like the Swan Princess movies, this movie doesn't know how to girl power.
Watch what happens when super strength and gumballs mix.
Oh, what's he doing? What?
Really? This is how you want to show off your super strength? Why not just have him do a cute little puppy jump that knocks her over? They'd probably save a lot on the budget and look significantly less stupid. Also, way to go, superheroes. You're intentionally wasting this guy's inventory. The next day, Drex and Monk E touch down on Earth.
Yeah, I'm so excited to explore another planet, Commander.
I hate you so very, very much. Drex lands outside of Ratzenberger's farm, commandeers the body of one of the pigs, which turns green for some reason. Then he steals his truck to look for the rings. Why couldn't he just look for the rings from their ship?
Monkey, what is the current location of the rings?
In astronomical units, they are very close.
An astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. In terms of astronomical units, the rings are here! Instead of using the ship's advanced tracking systems, he goes to a drive-thru because this alien conqueror of God knows how many worlds is incomprehensibly stupid. After not getting any kind of helpful information, he just blows the thing up.
Sir, if you don't eat beef, we also have the Orion's Belt Blaster pork sandwich.
Was that thing alive? It was awfully juicy! After causing more damage off-screen, Sheriff Goofball shows up to... I don't know, wet his pants in a comedic fashion.
Aha! Confident, authoritative, adorned with idiotic facial hair. He must be the leader.
You don't have facial hair. Megasis doesn't have facial hair. None of the aliens we've seen so far have facial hair. Why would you equate leadership with facial hair? He ties up Drex and takes him to jail, then we cut back to the kids as they stumble onto Drex's cloaked ship.
Yo! Where'd it go? Something weird is going on. Wait, I know! Come on!
Rose, it would seem appropriate that I do some exploring. That's the reason I enrolled in space school in the first place.
Screenwriting 101. When writing a story about space aliens, it's imperative that you preface everything they say with the word space, just to really hammer it in that they aren't from around here. And yeah, go ahead and abandon your post just so you can aimlessly look around. Don't worry about fighting the rings or making sure your commanding officer isn't in danger. Just go outside and play with the farm animals, that's fine. We jump back to the buddies, who I guess only hang out with their kids when it's convenient for them, as they come across a burning apartment building. They try to save this little girl who's trapped inside, but then they get trapped as well. So far the scene has been going on for about a minute, when it could have been resolved within seconds if B-Dog had simply grabbed that girl with his stretching powers. Never a good sign when your movie is outdone by a Stretch Armstrong commercial.
You get the fire department, I'll save the people.
How'd he do that?
Luckily, Captain K-9 shows up to save the day.
We have no time to waste. Grab onto my neck and don't let go.
We'll just casually walk out of here as if we're not trapped. Everything's cool.
What you did back there was very dangerous. You pups have much to learn before you're ready to handle the power of those rings. Now, where did you find them?
At my grandpa's farm.
John Ratzenberger isn't your grandpa! The dogs run off after giving the news camera a good 3 minutes of them just standing around, since that's how you maintain your secret identity. Then we cut to Drex at the police station, where he body snatches Sheriff Goofball. Why didn't he do that before and then just start shooting people at random?
What in tarnation? This can't be. Primitive.
Is the human body somehow more primitive than a pig? The kids figure out Drex's plan by skimming through their Captain K-9 comics. Yeah, what was the point of this alien documenting his life story in sequential art if he's trying to remain under wraps? Then they go to the police station for help.
Hey, Sheriff Dan. Are we ever glad to see you?
Hey, Sheriff Dan, why are you green?
The kids have all failed their perception rolls.
Drex gives them a funny look, which indicates that they're in trouble somehow. And then Deputy Sniffer finds Goofball in the holding cell.
Sniffer, it's me, Sheriff Dan. That pig swapped bodies with me.
Jiminy Cricket, Sheriff Dan, you're a pig.
Oh boy, Sniffer, it sure is good to hear your voice. Even if I did have to grow a pair of pig ears to do it.
What exactly happened, Sheriff?
My body's been taken by an alien. Come on, partner. The kids are in trouble. And we've got to warn the buddies.
Why do you have to warn the buddies? You just said that the kids are in danger. Are the buddies' lives worth more than the kids' lives? Are you the sheriff or the Disney executives? And of course it goes without saying that Sheriff Goofball isn't the slightest bit surprised by how he can suddenly talk to his dog. Captain Canine and the buddies all run back to their farm.
It is time to get ready for the biggest challenge of your lives.
No! Take the rings away from the underage, untrained civilian puppies, and take the rings off-world so that Drex will no longer have any reason to be here, dumbass!
Protecting the rings from Drex is the most important thing you will ever do.
Can't you stop him?
Without the rings, I have no superpowers.
Yes! Exactly! Give him the rings so that he can go and fight Drex, and you pups will be safe! Wait a minute, if he didn't have any superpowers, then how has he been a superhero for the last 30 years?
Unfortunately, as soon as you found the rings and they were activated, they became bonded to you. So now, only you buddies can use the powers to stop Drex. We all have a vibrational field that none of us can see, but all of us can feel. The rings take your natural skills and abilities and amplifies them many times.
Oh, that's right. Buddha has natural telekinesis, B-Dog is naturally stretchy, Rosebud is naturally fast, Mudbud is naturally translucent, and Butterball is naturally super strong. No, they aren't! All of these rings should do is just enhance their abilities to stand in a line and stare blankly into space! So we get a little training montage where Captain Canine, who, remember, has no superpowers, schools them on how to use their powers. Ugh. He puts B-Dog and Mudbud in the chicken coop, and... Wait, they can both turn invisible? They both have natural eluding abilities? If these rings just enhance one's natural abilities, why wasn't it B-Dog who got the invisibility, since he's always trying to run away and hide from everything? Also, there's a difference between invisible and immaterial!
If you have the skill to elude capture, the rings will allow you to blend into your environment and move through objects, or objects to move through you.
Bullshit!
When you focus on others, your invisibility extends to them as well.
Why? What is the point of that? If these dogs can give each other their very specific powers, what is the point of them even having these particular powers in the first place? What incentive do these dogs have to use their powers in dangerous situations when they can just make someone else go into these dangerous situations by giving them their powers? So the training continues with Rosebud perfecting her speed, Butterball increasing his strength, and Buddha honing his telekinesis.
We're floating.
What just happened?
Very good, Buddha. Remember, positive energy will always win over negative energy.
That's right. Anyone who's suffering from any kind of depression, it's all in your head. Just relax and let the positive energy take over. Then the montage ends with B-Dog practicing his elasticity.
Remember, smooth is more important than fast in your case.
Yo, smooth is fast. That's totally my new motto, dog.
That's not what he said, you little dumb shit.
Marco, dogs! Hello!
Drex's big weapon is an electrical charge. B-Dog, remember when your ring is activated, your body has the metabolic consistency of rubber.
Rubber doesn't have a metabolism! And the offensively cowardly B-Dog is supposed to be their ace in the hole against Drex's electricity weapon or whatever? This would be the perfect opportunity to have the buddies upgrade their costumes to the more conventional rubber supersuits. Come on! Drex gets back to the farm and locks the kids in the barn, and he proceeds to... pull a meteor into Earth's orbit. So much for his ultimate weapon being an electrical charge. I think this is gonna do a little more damage.
Breaking news as a meteor has unexpectedly changed course and is heading straight toward Earth.
Scientists report the meteor changed direction and is accelerating at a rapid pace toward us without explanation. They estimate only hours left before its devastating impact. We go now to Sofia Ramirez reporting live from the field.
Thank you, Tom. This just in. A strange electrical storm is also being caused by the meteor as it gets closer to Earth. Stay inside. Keep your loved ones safe. Super Pups, if you're watching, please help us.
Looks like it's up to Grandpa Man to save the day.
Why? You're supposed to be smarter than everyone else, John Ratzenberger! Captain K-9 then calls out Drex.
After all these years, I look forward to obliterating you once and for all. Without the rings, you have no powers to match me.
We'll see about that.
No, he's absolutely right. You said so yourself. Without the rings, you have no powers. Couldn't you say something more inspiring like, I will defeat you, powers or no powers?
Captain K-9! No!
This animation sucks! The buddies stand up to Drex, and all of them just sitting around saying, "Oh," is enough to make his electric attack bounce off of them. Wasn't it supposed to be B-Dog's elasticity that was supposed to do that? Oh, yeah, right, B-Dog, you're up.
Oh, no, you didn't! Electricity can't conduct through rubber.
1. Can we please just let... Oh, no, he didn't! Die already! 2. You're not made of rubber! Then, for some reason, he charges at Butterball like he's a bull. Again, this is supposed to be a brilliant military leader. What the f*** is going on here?
Brave like puppy, strong like bull.
Brave like puppy, strong like bull, stupid like movie!
Way to go, Butterball.
That was great! Ole, viva el papi, viva el papi!
Is there any way I can hop into the movie and feed that monkey into a wood chipper?
Enough of this puppy play!
Then Grandpa Man uses a lightning rod to throw some lightning at Drex. Not only is that not how lightning rods work, but it's also completely useless.
You can't escape me!
My god, how bad do you have to be to make Warwick the Warlock look more dignified? The kids apparently surrender the rings to him. Yeah, don't bother testing them to see if they're fake or anything. And he gives Sheriff Goofball his body back.
Oh! Sheriff, you're back!
I am a out a irhe uday.
Utshay, Uthay, Ukfay, Upyay! Drex takes off with the rings, but since they're obviously not real, his ship collides with the asteroid and blows it up. So at the end of the day, the Super Buddies ultimately contributed nothing to the bad guy's defeat! That Schaefer guy shows up at the last second to find Captain K-9 is down for the count. He and Bartleby think that the rings can save him, so they put them back on the Buddies' necks to give them one last little illusion that they were actually the slightest bit important to the story.
Captain K-9, sir, are you okay?
I see you defeated Drex all on your own. I knew you could do it. I'm proud of all of you, buddies. You really are super, with or without the rings.
The only reason you're alive right now is because of the rings, and even with the rings, the Buddies did absolutely nothing! Stop talking out of your hairy ass!
You really are super, with or without the rings.
We did it together, as a team, just like you taught us, Captain K-9.
We just had to believe in ourselves.
That's right. Believe in yourselves to do absolutely nothing, and let Drex do himself in because of his own bottomless stupidity. And come on, you saved the day because you believed in yourselves? So far, you stupid little puppies stopped an evil sorcerer, saved Christmas, and you've been to the moon! Since when was believing in yourselves ever an issue?
It is good to see you again, Captain Megasis.
And you too, Kid Courageous.
Wait a minute, Doug. You're Kid Courageous?
Shut up!
It's all real, isn't it, Mr. Schaefer?
Yeah, it is. You think I could make this stuff up?
Yes! This is some of the most hackneyed comic book material I've ever seen in my life! I'm honestly surprised that this wasn't one of Bartleby's failed writing projects!
You kids and buddies proved that the first rule of being a superhero is true. Rule number 1.
You don't have to have superpowers to be a superhero.
Meaning that the entire movie was completely pointless. Then, because the movie just won't end already, Megasis' old girlfriend shows up in a spaceship made of Christmas lights.
Greetings, Earthlings. I am Princess Jarala of Inspiron.
Hi, I'm Bartleby. Welcome to Earth.
On behalf of Inspiron, we thank you for stopping Drex and returning the rings to the Inspiron people. Bartleby Livingston, I hear you were the leader of this victory.
It was all of us, Your Highness. And especially our buddies.
What, do you think if they say it enough times that they'll just magically make it true? The buddies did nothing but waste our time! She takes the rings back and returns Megasis to his rightful form, and he says goodbye to Jack.
It's been a great pleasure having you as my partner all these years, Jack.
I couldn't have made it this far without you, my friend. You were like the father to me that I lost.
Too bad the movie never showed us any of that. I get that they want us to be sad right now, but their relationship means nothing to me. I'm just sad that this movie hasn't ended yet.
Princess Jarella, I always knew that girls could rule the world. And now, after meeting you, I know that we can rule the whole galaxy.
Oh, right, girl power and stuff. And she can hear what the dogs are saying now? Whatever. So they take Monkey with them to make sure that no spin-offs can ever come from this character, and they finally leave.
Fare thee well!
Fare thee well? Are they ye old space aliens? So they fly off. Schaefer announces a new line of comic books written by his new partner Bartleby. Hooray for child labor? And the movie ends with a lead-in to future Super Buddies movies.
And the Super Buddies picked up where they left off. As one adventure ended, a new one was about to begin.
Then they all plummeted to their little fluffy deaths because they forgot that they don't have any superpowers, and there were no Buddies movies made ever again. I remember being hesitant about saying whether or not Santa Buddies was worse than Spooky Buddies, but I have no such apprehension here. This, by far, is the worst Buddies film ever. Ignore all the other bad elements in this movie that we've seen come before it. The mediocre animation, terrible writing, a complete lack of any kind of performances from the dogs' overall uselessness in general. But this movie wants us to believe that superheroes and space aliens were always a thing in this universe? Ever since Buddy shot his first hoop, there was always some kid and his dog fighting crime? There were always the Rings of Inspiron just waiting to be discovered? There was always an intergalactic war in which our planet played an all-too-important role? You can't throw all of this shit at us at the last possible second, movie! Luckily, I just happen to have my own Phantom Zone where this movie can never hurt anyone again.
Y'all ready for this?